Hello and welcome to another episode of the Booked and Paid Speaker Blueprint. Today we talk about your signature talk, your website, and your speaker reel, and why if you don't get these right, you'll never get booked. As a speaker, you need to have a signature talk, you need to have a website, and you need video proof of you speaking. So many times I'm on the call with event planners and they want to see video. The one sheet is dead. They don't want the one sheets because on paper you might look good, but speakers bomb on stage. You have to have a signature talk. You have to have a website, and it's got to be good. And you got to have a speaker reel. You're not getting booked because you don't have these assets. And if you do have these assets, they're probably not good. Event planners are not guessing your value. If you don't look like a paid speaker, you are not going to be a paid speaker. If you look like a free speaker, you will be a free speaker. If you're attracting pay to play opportunities and attracting free opportunities, is because that's what you look like. You have to look the part, and it's done by your keynote, your website, and your speaker reel. So let's get into it. Event planners want clear outcomes. They want relevance, and they want you to transform their audience. My two keynote topics that are booked the most is building resilient leaders, companies, and organizations, and turning high performers into unstoppable achievers. The problem I solve is in the keynote title, building resilient leaders and organizations. If I'm talking to companies, building resilient leaders and companies, because that's what they want. It's a leadership talk on building resilient leaders. Now, I've tailored it sometimes to building resilient teams and organizations because they want a resilience aspect of it. So essentially, you have to have the clear outcome. We will turn your high performers into unstoppable achievers. We will stop the burnout. We will, what is the outcome? Because event planners want a clear, concise outcome. And you have to be relevant. If they're looking for a leadership speaker and you're not a leadership speaker, they're not going to book you. If they're looking for a Black speaker for Black History Month, a woman speaker for Women's History Month, and you're neither of those, they're never going to book you. Yet speakers try all the time. Oh, I can speak to that. No, you can't, because it's not relevant. The event planners will tell you exactly what they're looking for. Or if you get a speaker request, they'll say, we need somebody to speak on this topic. It's your job to figure out how to mold your talk to fit their need and get their desired outcome. So your talk structure would be the problem, the framework, the application of that framework, and the outcome that you solve. Now, event planners are not looking for your 3-step system, your 5-step system. They're not looking for that. They're looking for a problem to be solved. Nobody cares how many steps. Nobody cares how to implement it. They only care about the problem that you solve and how you will achieve that in a 45-minute, 90-minute, half-day workshop. That's all they care about. So let's take my talk, building resilient leaders and organizations. The problem that I solve is burnout, turnover, and I talk a lot about people don't quit bad jobs. They quit bad bosses. That resonates with people that I talk to, like in the event planner world. They're like, yes, oh, that's so true. We're tired of the bad bosses. My framework is, how do I build the resilient leaders and how do I build a resilient organization? The application comes with the 3 topics or the 3 keys or the 3 tools or the whatever it's going to be, but it's not in the title, it's in the talk. So I tell them I will cover 3 aspects. I don't care about the word. I try not to use things, 3 things. Like I try to be very specific. I will have 3 tools, 3 keys, 3 questions, 3 or 5. And your outcome is higher retention, increased performance. I've already labeled the outcome, or they've given me the outcome and I'm like, I can totally do that. I can speak to that. What makes you a bookable speaker is the problem that you solve, the outcome that you deliver, and your relevance. In previous episodes, I've said that I'm a certified resilience speaker and a certified John Maxwell leadership speaker. If they're looking for resilience or looking for leadership, I'm relevant. But if they're looking for a woman to speak on women equality or diversity in the workplace, I don't speak to that. So why would I try to speak to that? Sometimes speakers are trying to fit a round peg into a square hole or a square peg into a round hole. It doesn't work. So as long as you have a problem that you solve, a framework, which is whatever the model is that you have, and it's not some gimmicky, fancy 3-step, 5-step, whatever. You just tell them what the framework is. The application of how they do it, how you implement the framework, and the outcome. Because as a speaker, you sell outcomes. Period. The end. We can all go home now. We can all stop listening. You, as a speaker, sell outcomes to the event planner, to the organization, to whoever it is that you're speaking to. You sell an outcome. So ask the event planners, what would be the best case outcome? After they hear my talk, what would be the best case outcome that you would want the audience to walk away from, to have? If you could create a clear, concise outcome, what would you want that to be? And they'll tell you what makes your talk book a clear title, a clear promise, a clear audience, and a clear outcome. Let me give you an example. If someone's looking for a leadership speaker and you said, oh, my keynote topic is leadership in today's world. Well, what is today's world? Like, depends on if you're an optimist or a pessimist. It depends on where you're from, how you were raised, your upbringing, your view at the moment. You might have had a bad day. What does today's world looks like? It's like when people write books that say how to live your best life. What does that mean? Whose best life? Like, how do you even define that? A good talk would be how leaders reduce burnout and retain top talent. That's what we want. A great talk is building resilient leaders and organizations because it speaks directly to the point. And event planners have told me, and I've keynoted so many times on that talk, that's what I'm known for. Another great talk would be how leaders reduce burnout and top talent. And maybe we refine that even more to a great talk and say how great leaders inspire action, how great leaders build other leaders around them. Something like that. Your speaker website has to look like you're a paid speaker. It can't be some fuzzy speaker reel video that looks like it was taken from the 80s and played on America's Funniest Home Videos. It doesn't work like that. Your speaker website must have a home page. And if you're a podcaster, your podcast must be on there. Your mission, vision, and values need to be on the homepage. Who you speak to, what you're about, and why they should book you should all be on the homepage right then and there. So it's who you are, what you do, who you serve. Your speaker tab should have your talks, your videos, your delivery style. It should be the one-stop shop that you send to an event planner that says, if you want to book me, here it is. On the homepage, on your speaker tab, throughout your website, you must have a clear booking form. Check my availability. Book me to speak now. You should also have testimonials on the homepage. You should also have a media appearance page that has your bios, your headshots, social media links, and anything else that you want them to look at to get a clear picture of how to book you and what you're bringing. Your website is for the event planners. It is not for you. People build websites to make themselves look good. That website is not for you. It's not for your friends or family. It is strictly for the event planners to book you. Let's talk about your speaker reel. I mentioned that videos should be on your website. Your homepage should have one video, and that video should be your main speaker reel. The rest of the videos, podcasts, videos, speaker reels, highlight reels, sizzle reels, I'll explain what those are. Those should all be on the speaker tab. Your highlight reel is a 3 to 5 minute reel highlighting you on stage. Your speaker reel is you about a minute, minute and a half speaking, showcasing what you're doing. It's your best moments. Your sizzle reel is 30 seconds to a minute. So a sizzle reel is like a walk-on video when you're coming on stage. If you want to send something fast to the event planner, it's high action, high intensity. This is what I'm about. The minute, minute and a half reel, that speaker reel, is for them to get a clear, concise idea of your message. The highlight reel is 3 to 5 minutes, and that showcases all of your keynotes, places you've been, personal messages to the event planners, to the audience. Event planners don't have 3 to 5 minutes all the time to review that long of a speaker reel. So the sizzle reel or the speaker reel would be perfect. Make sure in your speaker reel and your highlight reel, you get live events, you get podcast clips, you get virtual talks, you get everything captured in that 3 to 5 minute video in that highlight reel or in the speaker reel. Your sizzle reel is only on stage, very quick, key moments of your talk that event planner can look at and go, wow, man, that person would be amazing. If you have no reel, you have no bookings. Period. The end. You might get lucky, but if you don't have video proof of you speaking, it's going to be very, very hard to get booked consistently. My first speaker reel, I took 3 different outfits. I went into the library. I went into 3 different areas of that library, and I delivered maybe 15 to 30 seconds of my opening, 15 to 30 seconds of my middle part of my talk in a different outfit, and then the end of my talk in a different outfit. So essentially, I had 3 different backgrounds, 3 different outfits. It looked like I had spoken 3 different times. That was my first speaker reel. I mashed it together, put some good music, put a couple words throughout the video, and I used that to get booked. As I got booked, my videographer would trade out a couple videos. He'd realign the speaker reel, create a sizzle reel, create a highlight reel as I got more time on stage, until finally I had a very, very nice reel. And it's been redone a couple times. And as I get bigger bookings, I get more video to put into those reels. And so I have a few different reels, and it's always a work in progress. The biggest speaker mistakes that I see is you have no video proof, not a cell phone video, not pictures. You say you're a speaker, but you probably haven't been booked yet. Or if you've been booked, you're not getting the video. Get the video. No matter what it is, get the video. Your website is too personal. It's not business focused. Your website is not a glorified about me page. It is where the event planners go to learn about you, learn how to book you, the problem that you solve, the outcomes that you deliver, and your framework. Sometimes speakers have too many talks listed. And I had mentioned before, make $100,000 from one talk, then give yourself permission to add one more. Make $100,000 from that talk, then add one more. You have to be known for something. A lot of speaker websites I see, they don't have forms to book the speaker. You have to have a booking form on each and every page. You have to have a clear call to action for the event planners to book you. This is where bookable speakers become the only option, and other speakers become an interesting option or could be an option. There's no clear call to action. The first month of the Booked and Paid Speaker Blueprint program builds everything I just covered in the last 2 episodes. We design your category, we create the niche, we create the keynote talk, we create the videos, we create all of that. Because without it, without a clear website, clear messaging, clear positioning, it's not going to happen for you. If you want this built the right way, not guessed your way, that is exactly what we do inside the Booked and Paid Speaker Blueprint. There is no guessing. My message for you is clear. If you don't have a video, if you don't have positioning, if you don't know your market, if you don't know your audience, if you're unclear about all of this, you're going to remain unclear until you take action. So you can take action now, or you can take action in 10 years from now. But either way, these parts need to be done first in order for you to get booked and paid to speak. In the next couple episodes, I'm going to talk about what we cover in the Booked and Paid Speaker Blueprint in month 2. I'm going to talk about the outreach and the visibility. I'm going to teach you an exact process to book your first paid gigs. I'm going to show you how to get booked on podcasts and summits and expand your audience. And I'm going to teach you how building key relationships with event planners are way more lucrative than paying to play, speaking for exposure, and exactly how the speaker business is built. These key relationships is the unlock for you to build a lucrative speaking business. Please like, share, comment on the post, on the social media, on YouTube, anywhere that you're seeing or watching or listening to this, please engage. If you have any questions or something that I should cover specifically, please send it an email. Please find us on YouTube, on social media, and you can post it there. You can message me, email me. We'll see you next time.